In our parasha, we are told about the challenges that Rivka had with the twin pregnancy of Yaakov and Esav, and Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer teaches us that there was a fight going on. Banim bekirbah, vatomer ken lama ze anochi. He gives an insight. He sheds some light to what was spiritually happening, as though there is a conversation between Yaakov and Esav, and Yaakov tells Esav, there are two olamot out there. There's olam hazeh and there's olam haba. And they settled on the fact that Yaakov said, I will take olam haba and you'll take olam hazeh. Olam hazeh has, food and drinks and acquisitions and marriage and children and all that. Olam haba is not about these things. Olam haba is a world of spirit. I'll take olam haba, you'll take olam hazeh. Esav obviously very happily accepted that. And the Maharal in Netzach Yisrael explains that afterwards, when Yaakov and Esav meet up after 20 plus years, and he sees that he has a life with wives and children and acquisitions and flock and so on, he says, wait a second, what happened exactly here? You're supposed to not have this. So what exactly is the understanding? Obviously, the focus of so-called Esav, which represents the koach, the Vilna Gaon writes, Esav represents the koach of Umot HaOlam, versus the koach of Yaakov. The Umot HaOlam are focused on the worldly activities, of what we call Olam Hazeh. When it comes to Olam Haba, Esav says, Hina alochi olech lamut. I don't believe in that stuff. There's this life and you die, eat and drink and be merry, for tomorrow we'll die. That's the notion, that's the mindset. And Yaakov Avinu is focused on Olam Haba. So the Maharal explains that it's not the matter that you're not having a flock and you don't have a job and you don't have family and children. You're having all of that, but the focus of everything for Yaakov is Olam Haba. The focus is what is going to be an investment for future. And that's the milchama. Is it only for what's now, or is it for things that will be coming in future? Is the focus of a person's life that sets them apart from other people. You are what you focus on. And when a person wants to be somewhere, chashav la'asot mitzvah v'nenas v'lo asa. If you wanted to do something and it was withheld from you, malak alav hakatuv ki lo asa. It's considered as though but you didn't. But if your mindset is there, then you did. Like the Gemara that we mentioned earlier on, the Gemara in Toldot, the Echad, it says, Tzion Ya'amer ish va'ish yulat ba. And the Gemara says, Echad hanolat ba v'echad hametzapeh lirot. When a person really wants to do something, their focus is on Olam Haba, then everything in their life is paintbrushed by that focus. They could be going through life as normal people have it, but he's living a chayei atzilut. He's living a life with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, dedicated to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, dedicated to Olam Haba, versus Esav, that everything that he does is focused on right now. How can I indulge and enjoy more the world that I am living in, because there's no afterwards. That becomes the mantra of Yaakov Avinu, and we see it afterwards also in the story that the Gemara gives us in Masechet Avodah Zarah. In the beginning of Yud Aleph, the Gemara there talks about Shnei Goyim bebitnech, that this pasuk in our parasha is a reference to two Jews, not Yaakov and Esav, but their descendants at the end of many generations, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi and Antoninos. Zu Rabbi va Antoninos. They both were wealthy. They both were amazing, and there Esav is the tikkun of Esav, that he is giving support to Rabbi Yehuda Hanassi for future, trying to invest his thing in Olam Haba. So that becomes like the way we look at life. Rabbi is the one that looked at the future. So Torah is going to be forgotten if we're going to live longer in Galut. We're going to write the Mishnah. Every single thing. He's going through life. He's going through the activities that the person does, but it's all focused on what is going to bring about more kavod shamayim, more Torah in the world, more mitzvot in the world. That is the entirety of the focus of Yaakov Avinu, and that's something that becomes the life definition of Jewish people as a nation, and that's a bracha for all of us to think of life in those terms of investing in the future, investing in Olam Haba, Chaye Olam Haba, Be'ezrat Hashem, for all of us. Amen.